Now it's class for the geological map. Okay, this is a geological map and very simple geological map. Okay, from this map we can get basically two kinds of information. First one is that from that geological map we can see the contour value with here the contour value is 2200, then 300, 400, 500, so on. We can very easily find out the contour value and a corresponding scale. Here 1 inch is equal to 1000 feet. The first thing is that we can get the height information, that is the information of surface elevation. And second one is that the succession of beds. What is succession and what are the beds I would discuss later. Then succession of beds, those are the condition related to the interior of the earth or internal phenomena. Okay, from that geological map we can get basically two kinds of information. First one is the height information. From this height information we can get the idea about the landform. We can get idea about the height, rather the superficial attributes. Contour value shows the contour values are showing the height information in geological map. And second thing is that the beds, various types of beds and succession of beds, those phenomena beds and succession of beds related to the interior of the earth. So we can from a geological map we can very easily find out two kinds of information. First one is the superficial attributes by landform. First one is the superficial attributes. Contour heights, contour heights shows that kind of information, and we can get idea about the landform. Okay, first one is the landform and second one is the interior of the earth. Interior of the structure, or interior conditions of the area. Okay, contour value shows the height information of that area, and we can get easily the idea of landform. And through the beds and succession of rock beds we can easily get idea about the interior condition of that area through the beds or succession of beds. Okay, this is the two basic things from geological map we can get. Now come to the what are the bed, point of bed. What are the bed? I would like to mention one thing. All the geological map are marine origin. What do you mean by marine origin? Most of the rock, almost all of the rocks, here the succession of rock beds are there. All the rock beds are mostly sedimentary, or sometimes, most of these cases all are sedimentary, but few are metamorphic. Okay, what do you mean marine origin? Suppose it's a basin area. It's a basin area and sedimentary layer deposited year after year, and through the time being all are converted into a sedimentary layers. Those are the layers of rock and deposited in a marine condition. Layers of the rock. All the layers of the rocks are known as a beds. Those are known as rock beds. Okay, these are the layers. Suppose this is a kind of deposition, this is another kind of deposition. All the deposited layers are known as beds. What is the succession? Succession is the chronological order or the sequence of bed. Suppose this is newer, this is older. first first layer deposited here, this is the first layer, then the deposition in second layer, then deposited in third layer, then fourth layer, all are going by a sequence. The succession of rock beds means the sequence of deposition. Suppose this is a shallow ocean basin area, rocks, this is the layers of rock deposited, then another layer of rock is deposited here, then another layer of rock is deposited here, and so on. So which one is the older? Now this one is the older and this one is the newer. Those are the sedimentary rock because those are deposited in marine condition, and this situation, these layers of rock is known as beds. Layers of rocks is known as beds or rock beds. What is the sequence? Succession. Succession is the chronological arrangement. Chronological arrangement means arrangement through the time, old to new. Chronological arrangement or the arrangement older to newer, this is known as a succession of the beds. Okay, so all these layers are sedimentary layers. Most of the cases are all are sedimentary layer. A few metamorphic rocks are also observed in geological maps. Layers of rocks, all are layers of rock is known as rock beds. Succession of rock beds is the chronological order of deposition of rock beds, which are older lying beneath and newer are in upper part of the beds. Okay, beds are not, this is the thickness of the bed. This is the thickness of the bed. What is thickness of the bed? What is thickness of the bed? Thickness, this is the upper boundary of bed, this is the lower boundary of the bed. The width between the upper boundary and lower boundary is known as thickness of the bed. All our beds are not uniformly formed. All our beds are not all our beds are not uniformly aligned. All have not uniform in thickness. Maybe this is a thin layer of bed, this may be a thick layer of bed. This is the thickness. Thickness is the boundary between the upper layer. It is a width between the upper layer and lower layer of the boundary. And another thing is that the strata, those are the, and bedding plane. This plane is no, sedimentary rock bedding plane is very common thing. This plane is the bedding plane. This plane is the bedding plane, are all those layers of rock bed known as strata. Those are the stratified, those beds, sedimentary rocks are deposited by the layers. So it is called as a strata. It's a stratified layer. Okay. Now two important things in geological map, that is strike and dip. Strike and dip. We are all familiar and discuss a lot about the strike and dip. Okay, we can get help of this picture. Okay, what is strike, what is dip? Suppose it's a block diagram and rock are inclined in that direction. Rock are inclined in that direction. Rock beds are inclined in that direction. That is known as dip. What is dip? Dip is an angular value. Dip is an angular value. Dip is an angle. Okay. Dip is an angle of the beds. Kar sate angle of the beds. Suppose it's a horizontal plane. Okay. Horizontal plane. It's a horizontal plane. Suppose. Okay. Few beds are inclined in that direction. Few beds are deposited in that direction. So the angle, dip is an angle. I have told you that dip is an angle. Dip is an angle. So here the beds, those are the beds. Beds are inclined towards this direction. So angle is the inclination of beds, and it's the angle between the horizontal plane. This is the horizontal plane. So this is the horizontal plane, and this angle is known as dip. What is dip? Dip is an angle. Dip is an angle in between. It is an inclination. It's the angular value of the angular measurement of the rock bed and the horizontal plane. It's an angle. Dip is an angle. Suppose this is the dip. This is the inclination of the bedding plane. This is the inclination of bedding plane. This is the horizontal plane. This is the horizontal plane. What is dip? This is the dip. Okay. What is dip? Dip is an angular value. Dip is the inclination or angle of inclination. Angle of inclination. And angle of inclination of the rock layer. Layer 2 in perspective to horizontal plane. Horizontal plane. Okay. Suppose this a block. This a block diagram. Here the inclination of bed is that kind. Okay. What is this? This is the horizontal plane. Horizontal plane. This is the horizontal plane. This angle is the dip. Okay. What is dip? Dip is an angle of inclination of the rock layer. Which is the rock layer? This is the rock layer. Angle of inclination of the rock layer to the horizontal plane. Dip is always measured in reference to the horizontal plane. Okay. In reference to the horizontal plane. Dip may be vertical and dip may be horizontal. Suppose this is the horizontal plane. This just like a wall, it is 90 degree. Dip may be, maximum dip may be, vertical dip may be 90 degree and horizontal dip may be 0 degree. So dip varies from, dip always shows through a angular value 0 degree to 90 degree. Okay, minimum range of dip is 0 degree to 90 degree. 0 degree means horizontal plane, but horizontal bed, and 90 degree means suppose those are the horizontal bed and those are the vertical beds. So it's 90 degree. Okay, maximum and minimum range is 0 degree to 90 degree of the dip, maximum range of the dip. Okay. Okay, now how to depict the dip? Okay, dip always depict in that way. Suppose 60 degree north, 45 degree east. This one and this one, it has two parts. Dip normally is a vector quality. Dip is a vector. What is vector quality? Vector quality. Dip is a vector quality. Vector quality means it's composition of two, direction and amount. Direction, I mean north, south, east, west, and amount, magnitude or amount. Magnitude or amount. Okay. Dip is a vector quality. What do you mean by vector quality? Vector quality always depicts through two attributes, that is direction and amount or magnitude. First one is the amount or magnitude. 60 degree is the amount, and next one 45 degree east is direction. So what do you mean by 60 degree north, 45 degree east? So dip contain two things, direction and amount. This is the direction and this is the direction. First 60 degree was the amount and 45 degree northeast is the first one is the amount. Amount means this is 0 degree and this is 90 degree. Maximum dip maybe varies from 0 degree to 90 degree. Suppose this is 60 degree. Okay, this is 60 degree. This is the amount of dip, and this 40 degree is the 40 degree is the direction. Direction north to east. This is north, this is east. North to east, this means that one. This is the direction of the bed, and amount of the dip is first one. Okay. Okay. Now come to the point of strike. What is strike? Strike. Okay. Strike. What is strike? What do you mean by strike? Strike is a compass direction. Strike is a compass direction. You can measure the strike through the compass. Type is a compass direction. Suppose type is a compass direction. Suppose you took a book. And you place your book in that way. Suppose I took that books. Took these two books and I place this book in that way. Okay, I took these two books and placed that way. Okay, this is the dip. This is the horizontal plane. This whiteboard is horizontal plane. Suppose I took a single book. Okay, better for that. And this is the horizontal plane. This is the books. This angle is the dip. What is strike? This alignment is the strike. Suppose this is the fold. Okay, this is the dip. You know, the inclination part of the bed, those are the rock bed, those are the dip, and this is the strike. Okay, so what do you mean by strike? Strike is a compass direction. Strike is a compass direction. Okay, and suppose here this is the dip and this is the dip and this is the horizontal plane. Dip and horizontal plane intersect in that point. Okay, suppose this is the 2D diagram I have plotted in a paper. In reality, here lots of dip, lots of rock pits, and all are intersect through this line. If we connect that line, we can get strike line. Okay, strike line, first we have to identify the strike point. Which are the strike point? The intersecting point of horizontal plane, and the angle of the dip. If you connect the intersecting point, this is the intersecting point, this is horizontal plane, and this is the dip, this is the intersecting point, and this is also the horizontal plane. Okay, this is the intersecting point. Suppose there is a dip. Okay, if you connect this intersecting point, we can get strike line. Okay, we can get strike line. Okay, strike line is the compass direction. Suppose this is a conical hill. This is the dip, and you can measure the amount of dip. Okay, suppose this is 3D. Here all the beds, this is horizontal bed, intersect with those points. You connect this point. Suppose this is the 3D. This line is the strike line. Okay, this line is the strike line. Strike normally refers in the true to north and south. Strike normally refers in true north and true south. Okay, Suppose deep is the direction of line intersect the bedding plane and horizontal plane. I have told you earlier that suppose I took this paper and placed it here. This is the deep. Deep bedding plane. Bedding plane intersect with that point. This is the bedding plane. Suppose this is a bedding plane. This is a bedding plane. It's a bedding plane. It's another bedding plane. All are inclined in that direction. But bedding plane intersect with that horizontal plane. This is the horizontal plane. This was the horizontal plane, intersect in that line. If you connect the intersecting points, the intersecting point of bedding plane and horizontal plane. Okay, horizontal plane. Intersecting point of bedding plane and horizontal plane. Then we can get the strike point. If you connect the strike point, we can get the strike line. Suppose this is a hilly region. Okay, lots of bedding plane incline. This is a hilly region. Suppose this is a horizontal plane. Okay, it's a horizontal plane. So all the bedding plane intersect with the horizontal plane. Here intersect with that plane and here intersect with that plane. That line is known as strike line. So bedding plane and horizontal plane intersect on that linear distance or linear line is known as strike line. Okay, strike line is the direction line. Suppose you put books in bookshelf. Suppose you put books in bookshelf. Okay, you put books in bookshelf. Those are inclined in that direction. This is the diff. This is the horizontal plane. This amount is the amount of diff, magnitude of diff, and that line, that is the alignment of books, not to south but south, no, east to west. This is the alignment of book, but direction of line is known as strike line. Direction of line is known as strike line. Okay, normally deep is measured by the, you in first semester you learn to how to operate the clinometer. Deep is measured by the clinometer, but strike is measured by the compass. It's an alignment line. Our relation between strike line and dip line, they lies perpendicular to the each other. Suppose this is a hilly region, this is the plane, this is the dip, this angle is dip, and this line, this is 3D, this line is strike line. So dip and strike always lies perpendicular to the each other. In between dip and strike always remain 90-degree angle. Okay, relation between dip and strike. Then another thing is that how to identify strike line and dip in geological map. Okay, I would like to mention another thing is that, okay, in symbols are very important in geological map. Okay, and few symbols are already used in geological map. Okay, this is the conventional protector. If you have a protector, suppose this is a round protector, conventionally this is 0° or 360°. This is 45°, this is 90°, and 180°. Okay, 135° conventionally, and 225°, 270°, and 315°, and so on. And inclination of the dip normally varies from 0 to 360°. Okay, dip direction normally varies from, not inclination varies from 0 to 90°, horizontal to vertical. But dip direction, this is the amount of dip. and deep direction varies from 0 to 360 degree. Always a symbol has been used to identify the deep direction. Deep direction always depicts in reference to strike line. Okay, these are the symbol. You have to you have to look after all these things, and you have to, this is the deep, this is the strike line, and this is the deep. This is the deep of 90 degree. This is strike line, this is deep. Okay, and this is 0 degree. This is strike line, that is deep. This is 180 degree. Suppose you have to go through this, and I will send it through the mail, and you have to identify the direction out of that. There is a similarity. This is 0 degree. Suppose this line is moving. This is also always deep source through the reference to the strike line. Okay, and few symbols are very important in geological map, and I will send all these things by mail. Now come to the strike and deep, how we will identify in the map. Okay, so from the geological map we can easily identify the profile or landform through the section level. In lower class you learned that how to through the contour line, but with the help of contour line you can easily identify the landform. Okay, then that is the outer condition, but surfacial condition or landform condition. Then come to the point of interior of the earth. From the interior of the earth you have to identify the sequence of beds, which beds are in the geological maps, and second thing is that the direction of the bed. For the direction study you have to identify the strike line. The easiest way to identify the strike line, you have to take the help of contour. Suppose same value contour if got the same bed, you have to identify that point and draw a straight line. And always section line and strike line cut to each other or maybe perpendicular. Suppose this is the bedding plane, it's a bedding plane. Okay, this is the symbol of bed, this is a bedding plane. Suppose you have to identify a single contour which cut the same bedding plane. This is the upper part of the bedding plane known as upper boundary of bedding plane. This is the lower boundary of bedding plane. You have to identify single boundary. If you identify lower boundary, then you have to identify the two points with the same contour line cut twice. Okay, suppose this and this one, and draw a straight line. Suppose through the help of scale you can get the straight line. Suppose you can draw this line with the help of scale, and you have to put the value of strike line. Okay, here the contour value is 300, and always the contour value depicts the strike value. Okay, depicts the value of strike line. Okay, this is the strike line of 300 or 300 feet, and you have to identify another contour line which cuts that boundary. That if you identify the lower boundary, then you have to draw the next strike line within the lower boundary, or otherwise same boundary. Okay, then I have to identify this one. Okay, you have to put a parallel line with that point and draw the strike line, and value of that contour is 400 meter. Okay, this is the strike line between, and this is the strike line of lower bed. Both are connecting the contour, cutting at least twice in a same bedding plane. This is the two intersecting point of same contour in same bedding plane, and this is the another contour of same bedding plane cutting at least one time, at least single time. Then you can get the two strike line. Okay, thank you.